everybody. How are you? I hope you are enjoying your weekend, or over here in Vancouver, it's literally the start of the weekend. So I hope you're having a great one. Today is Faith Friday, and I wanted to talk about faith because, like I said, it's Faith Friday. If you've seen the quote for today, it says that faith is taking the first leap even when you can't see the whole staircase. And I think that is so true. For me, when it comes to making miracles, the aspect of faith is the most important thing. Because if you've been watching my videos, you've probably heard me talk about how miracles are made on the inside. So miracles are a change in perception from fear to love. And as an example, if you're going through a period of time when things are really challenging and the path feels so difficult and so dark, you can shift that perspective. And the thing that shifts it is choosing to have faith, knowing that things will get better, or that they're there for a reason, or that obstacle is there for a reason, or that, things can change at any moment. And something I've discovered, have you heard that expression is something like, it's not about the light at the end of the tunnel, it's actually that the tunnel is an illusion. And so there's always light. And what I've discovered is that the light is always inside yourself. And with that in mind, there is always light. And when you can have faith, and it turns that light on. And so choosing to have faith makes it a more bearable experience, because I get that sometimes there are really painful situations and sometimes you just have to kind of bite your teeth and bear it. And other times it's about seeing the lesson that's the lesson in the situation. And, just dealing with the uncertainty, which can be really hard. And faith really helps to keep the light on. And for me, it was such a big game changer when I was going through so many challenging things. I'd moved to Berlin. I was not in my own country. I was really struggling with my injuries. I didn't really speak the language. I was still settling in. I ended up living with some roommates who were really mean to me. I was in a terrible relationship. And it was so dark. And it would have been so easy to just give up on the whole situation. And because I was able to shift that and look at it, add faith and add light, it somehow became juicier. It almost became something that I could work with. I could see that this was part of the journey towards the destination that I was hoping for. And it gave me a much more positive spin on the situation. I had so much more clarity. And again, it was just because I chose to have faith. And like I said, it keeps the light on, and you need it. You need the light. It's very easy in very painful periods, especially extended ones, when things feel so dark. We really need the lights. And it's so funny. There's light behind me, and I can just see. Because there's a window right behind me, and it's streaming in, and I just feel like I'm just this halo of light around me, which is hilarious because I'm talking about it. So faith turns the light on. And, often, if you're embarking on a new project, then keeping that faith and then trusting that things will turn out is huge. And now, be measured about it in the sense that you don't want to just throw yourself out of an airplane without a parachute. So there are some things that, for your own personal safety, are not healthy. But other times, like for example, when I moved to Germany, I just packed one bag. I took my teddy bear and I decided to go and just trusted that it would work out. And there were, of course, many challenges on the way. The hardest challenges I've ever encountered were my 5 years in Berlin. There was so much growth and personal development, and it can be quite a lot. It was like being in a hothouse and a greenhouse at the same time. But I had taken that leap of faith, and I did incredible dance work. I made incredible collaborators. I made amazing friends. I learned so much about myself. I did my coaching training. I launched my coaching business. I did my life coach training. I traveled a lot. It was an intense period of incredible growth. And it's led me to where I am today. And the connections that I made during that time were invaluable. And so I'm incredibly grateful for that. And it also showed me my own strength. And I always knew I had strength. My superpower is resilience, but this really showed me what I was capable of. And in that very dark period, it also showed me how resourceful I was at still moving forward. And so it's not always going to turn out like a bed of roses. I packed up and moved, and I wanted to have a job with a dance company and to meet my beloved, and none of those things happened. But deeper things happen that are leading me towards the dreams that I still have. And just having that faith that things would somehow work out towards my highest, greatest good in the best way possible for my highest, greatest creative potential just made it all possible. And in A Course in Miracles, there's 2 principles. If you know the Course in Miracles, which is a spiritual text, and I think a lot of us have been following Marianne Williamson's course on Teaching the Teachers right now, which is so fantastic. And I always feel like I'm coming home. And it reminded me that in life, one of the principles, as in the Course in Miracles, is that life is self-organizing. Everything is already set up for our highest, greatest potential, for us to achieve our highest, greatest, most creative potential. So we don't need to bring fear with us. We can take that calculated risk, knowing that things will always turn out for our highest, greatest good. And we might have to go through some challenges on the way in order for us to be the people that we need to be in order to get there, but we can trust that we will get there and we will be richer individuals for it. And, as an example, I think a lot of us have been struggling with finances and launching new businesses, and it feels never ending. As an example, I started an embodiment training in Berlin, and myself and my collaborator got, I think, 12 people out to our first workshop. And then 2 people came to the second workshop, and we thought, well, what happened? And we really had to do a lot of digging to learn more about our audience. Who are the people that are going to come to our workshops? Who are the people, who is our market? Who are we speaking to? Who is interested in our work? What location suits them best? What prices are good for them? So we had to do the digging, because if everything just came to us, we wouldn't know, or we wouldn't really get close enough to the work that we want to do. So again, taking that leap of faith and putting the work out there, and then, okay, it didn't miraculously turn around, but we invested our time and our efforts towards the goals that we wanted for ourselves. And then, things did turn out okay. And it was wonderful work that we were doing. So for me, faith it's like the guiding light on the path. It's the light within us on the path that helps us to stay strong. Sometimes I don't know, staying strong, it gets hard. It's a challenge. And I think, but I've been doing it for so long. So even me, I'm not always sure of the purpose, but I do know and I do trust that there is always a purpose, and faith is what makes that trust possible. Faith is the backbone of everything, and we can't always see the full staircase. I think then if we did, then maybe we wouldn't always go the path, because we might not see the challenges. But then again, if it was too easy, would we do it anyway? We wouldn't, there wouldn't be the passion and the excitement if it was already laid out for us. And we always need to travel the path in order to be the people that we need to be, or who we are meant to be, in order to reach the end of the staircase. So if you take trust and faith with you, there's clarity on that path that we couldn't get any other way. And that I can guarantee, that clarity that comes from the faith, not necessarily clarity about how the journey is going to turn out, but just clarity that you're on the right path, and the joy that having faith brings, changes the quality of walking that path. And that is, it's so powerful. I mean, I don't even have words to say it's so powerful, because the quality of our journey is that much more meaningful. It's potentially more joyful. It's more bearable if things are really, really difficult. And that is something we do have control over. And, whenever I take on a new client, one of the things they always tell me as we're getting to know each other, even just that first time when they're seeing if they would like to be coached and to work with me, they always say, I really want to be able to deal with uncertainty. And I always find this so interesting, because it is scary. And the way to deal with uncertainty is to be able to embark on our journey, knowing that things are going to work out for our highest, greatest good, whatever that may be. And we have a choice there, not about the fact that we're having to deal with uncertainty, because it's always going to happen in life, but we can choose the quality of that journey. And faith is the catalyst behind that. It enables us to choose the quality of our journey, no matter what, whether it's a challenging journey or it's a purely joyful journey. And of course, joy can be found in challenges, but if anybody knows me, I'd rather, be on my private island and drinking champagne. And so I'll take the sort of that smoother, easier way, or I would like to be able to do that. So I hope this, to use the pun, I hope this lights the way for you. I'd love to know what you think, how you have found that faith has helped you. I would really love to know how it has changed the quality of your journey. So please comment below, and I'll be back in a couple of days with some more videos. Take good care and have a great weekend.